Hello Voices, I'm Joe Troy and welcome to a VoiceOver's audio adventure, a bi-weekly podcast where we talk voiceover, audio and everything in between. My guest today is an award-winning sound designer, composer, Grammy-nominated singer-songwriter and founder of Blocc, a sound house creating bold original music and sounds for brands in fashion, film, TV and beyond. Let's welcome to the podcast, Tom Tripp. Hello, sir.
Hello, bro. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you again for joining me today. I feel like I've been trying to get your time for a very long time.
I'm so sorry, man. I've been up and down,
Yeah.
but I'm back now. I'm settled. I'm getting back into my work schedule. So I appreciate you having me on board and getting me on this, man. It's good to meet you.
Awesome. Well, let me let you know when you first came on my radar, actually, because I actually figured it out after we had a back and forth online. So I recall seeing you back in 2017.
Jesus.
And you were when you released Aurelia, is that correct?
Yeah. Brown.
And yes. And yeah, I just remembered that because I put two and two together because obviously I was doing research on, what to ask you and your background and whatnot. And I was like, wait a minute. I do know this guy from before. We've never met, but I have been following you in some capacity. And then you came back on my radar with your sound design work, which I thought was like, I love the progression and where your creativity has taken you. And, when I was looking for people to speak to you for this season, I definitely wanted to speak to you about that because I love the work you're doing, especially with Blocc, which we'll speak about later on. But to start off with, I want to kind of ask you, as I ask a lot of people, where your inspiration came from to get into initially the music industry and how that all came about.
Where my inspiration came from to get into the music industry or to start making music?
Yeah.
I've always loved music. I've always loved music since I was 12 years old. I remember watching Titanic as a kid, right? And I think it's near the ending scene where I think they're about to die or whatever. And I got really emotional. But it wasn't because of what I was seeing on screen. It was because of the music. And I was like, why is this music making me feel this way? Like, what is it?
Wow.
And then when I started secondary school, it was around grime times. I used to always love the instrumentals behind the people spitting. Like, I'm like, what's nutty violins, all these beats by flutes and I'm like, what's all these flutes and stuff? And I realized that I love the instrumentation in music and lyrics and stuff. I love pop music. So at the age of 12, we didn't have much money. So I asked my parents for £20 each and I went and bought a MIDI keyboard off this random guy on Wood Green, mad. And I have it to this day. I actually made Aurelia on that keyboard. It's crazy. But
oh, wow.
I ended up just making beats and producing and, just really falling in love with music and the process of making it. And that was kind of what inspired me. I just loved what I was hearing in movies and grime. I just thought I have to be involved in this. So I've been doing it since I was a young kid.
And how did you find the transition from being a singer-songwriter to doing what you're doing today with Blocc?
I found it quite easy, to be honest, because I always tell people when I still am an artist. I just don't really write as much for, solo releases. But a lot of my songs were getting a lot of attention from supervisors that wanted to put my songs in programs or filmed. And I was like, I did study film in school as well. I used to be an actor as well. So the transition was like, cool, your songs are getting put in Netflix shows, they're getting put in FIFA, they're getting put in ITV shows. Maybe you have an ear or should look into writing music for screen. So when lockdown came, I thought, you know what, how can I make money for myself without having to put out music to stream and wait for PRS every quarter of the year? I don't hardly any money. I thought, let me start trying to work for screen. And I put out the call to any film producers, any people that work in advertising. I want to make music for ads. Can anyone help me? It took me like 8 months to get my first actual look in. But my first job I got was for the NHS. A friend of mine, a producer, was like, hey, I got this ad for NHS. They needed a really emotional track. I'm fighting for you because you ain't got no clients yet or no history. But if you can get this done, it could be a start for you. And I did a really cool track and it got nominated for one of the biggest awards in advertising. And I thought, that means I can do this. If I can do one track for NHS and get nominated, then I can really get in this world. So I just kept asking for more jobs and building a small client list of ad companies, brands. And before you knew it, like I had 3, 6, 9, and then now I'm a composer, right? Because I've been getting the jobs. So, and it was
Yeah.
easy because as a musician, to me, it's still just writing music, but it's to a visual.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have to make sure what you're making does, visually, what's the word, help what you're seeing on screen. But for me, I'm still just writing music. If I see an emotional scene on screen, I know what that sounds like to me.
Yeah.
Let me start singing something emotional. If it's intense, I'll make something intense. It's producing, it's singing, and just making it fit to a visual. So the transition was pretty simple, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I can't lie to you. Yeah.
What's the process of working with clients, and what does your involvement look like when you're working with in the advertising world? Because on your socials, I've seen you directing as well. So what is your involvement like?
So I think it depends. If it's like for a, let's say, example, Adidas, a production company would hit me up and say, hey, we've got this, this project with Adidas. They're looking for this kind of track. Like, we've seen your advert before. Would you want to get on board? And I'd work with, rather than me direct to the client, it'll always be a middleman, which is the production company or the music supervisor. And then I'll work with them. They'll send it over to the client, get feedback, such and such. But then if it's like you say directing a fashion show, I work directly with the brand designer. So like example, Priya Lawalia.
Okay.
We would talk back and forth. I'll go into the studio. We'll talk about what she wants for the show, and I will help her get that vision to life. So that's more direct. Whereas when it's bigger brands, there's always like a middle person that I speak in between, and you got to build relationships with those people because those are the ones that are going to get you more work. So it's it changes, it varies. Sometimes it can be you and the brand, it can be you and the director of the advert, or the film producer, or it could be you directly with the person that runs things. So it depends what you have going on. Obviously, I like to work closely with people in charge rather than middlemen. For example, I've been doing some work with some hotels in Dubai, and I will work with the creative director of the whole company rather than just the production company, So yeah, it changes.
Yeah. Do they normally come with an idea? And if not, how do you get your inspiration?
Do you mean, do they come with an idea of what they want to sound like sonically?
Yes.
Yeah. So a lot of directors of, they probably have, there'll be a brief, there'll be a treatment. Let's say, producers will go to a client, like, hey, we've got this. How can I explain it? There's always a brief for what the director wants, and in that brief will be visually what they want it to look like, sound wise what they're looking for, and they'll have references. So in that document it'll be, okay, we've looked at brands, always like to copy other brands or just to get inspired from them. So you might just see, I don't know, Lueve might send a brief, but it's got like videos from On Running from a previous advert, and they want something similar in that world. So I will look at that, give it a watch and think, all right, cool, you'd never copy, but think, okay, this is where they want to go. Let's try get that world and start working back and forth with the producer or the director to get what they're going for. Sometimes they don't have a musical direction for what they want, and they rely on me to do that, and that's when the pressure's on. But I always provide them. Like I said, if I see something, I kind of know what this would sound like in my world, and they trust me to do that for them. So yeah, but most of the time it's gonna be something they have in mind already, and I just need to bring that to life for them in my own way.
In your career to date, what mistakes are you happy that you made?
In my career today, what mistakes am I happy that I've made? I don't know if you can call them mistakes, but I did a lot of free work that I should not have done for people. I've done what? I'm like, I should have charged a madness for that. But because I didn't have any clients yet, I was just getting in, but I was like, I don't know if I can swear, you took the piss. Like, so they're not mistakes, they're just part of the journey that where it's like now I would never do what I did back then to get to where I am, but it's because I didn't have any experience, so I had to build it up. Mistakes I've made that I wouldn't, charging the wrong amount. It's not out there. People don't know. People, especially in my community, people don't know how much you're supposed to charge. You might charge. So I don't know. A client will come to me. Hey, Tom, we've got this advert. It's 30 seconds long. 3 cut downs. The budget is 1.5. I'm like, oh, quick, $1,500. Sick. You be chatting about usage? Is this a worldwide campaign? Is this going to be on TV for 2 years? You're taking 1.5. Can't be like other companies are charging $8,000. You're taking 1.5, but I wouldn't know. I didn't know. So I've
Yeah.
taken some low fees for crazy jobs that looking back now, I'm like, big mistake, but I'm not, no regrets. I'm learning still to this day, you know, and the information is hard to get, but the more I learn, the more I share and get better with it.
Yeah. I think that's one of those things in life. You just have to know your worth regardless of where you work and what you do. Because it's funny, because someone actually messaged me yesterday about what they should charge
Mm-hmm.
someone for a job. And I'm always like, look, this is the minimum you should charge, or I would charge. But at the end of the day, you can charge whatever you want, whatever you feel your value is, charge
Mm-hmm.
that. But we've all been there. We've all done work in the beginning, especially where you're like looking back and you're like, I know I got fleeced, but at the time I was like, I need to get, you know,
Yeah.
the credits, and it's annoying looking back, but you know, we're here now, and
It
what can you
is
do about
annoying,
it,
but
you know?
sometimes you
But
feel like, why isn't that information out there readily? Why can't I just
yeah,
search up, okay, if I
yeah,
get a job for this size brand and they want this amount of cut downs and this amount of usage, how much do I charge? There's not even like, there's some websites that have a little bit of information, but the
yeah,
companies that are running stuff, they know, and they charge more than that. But then people that
yeah,
like me that are coming through solo, small teams, we don't always know. And I rely on others. I rely on getting experience job to job, but also
yeah,
I rely on others that are willing to help me and share information to allow me to know what I should charge. And it's a bit of a frustration, but that's why I'm starting what I'm starting, so that I can start sharing information more and helping others without having to go through corners and getting lost.
Have you found getting work difficult, especially with other established like advertising agencies and stuff like that, or do you feel that you have to find your own niche?
Have I found it difficult getting work from established companies? At
Yeah,
the start, 100%. Because you have no history. You haven't got any clients behind you to say that you're good at what you say you're good at. So how do we know? So
yeah,
I can't even blame them. Um, so what I've done is, for me, as people have seen, I'm quite visible. I would say in the UK, in terms of
yeah,
composers, black composers, you know, sound designers, who are you seeing? People do the
yeah,
job, but people don't post. They don't share how they did it. I'm gonna
yeah,
film myself doing it, or with the designer in the studio, and show that, because I don't know anyone else doing it. So my niche is that I'm doing
yeah.
the job,
That's
but
true.
I'm gonna film and document it and speak about my experience of that job and how I did it. That way you can see, right, who's this guy, like, what's he doing? And that gets me more jobs. The big establishments
Yeah,
now, they are aware of me, right? They're very aware of me, because there's no way you can't come in London. I'm kind of
can't
everywhere.
be. Yeah,
I make that a point to go everywhere and meet people. But getting work from big establishments, yes, it's hard, because I think as a black composer and something, they don't really want me here. And when I say that, I feel like
okay,
they know the codes, they know the fees, they know their clients, and they have their relationships already sorted out. But then when I come through now my own way, they're like, oh, who's that? I'll get invited to events. I'll get invited to like big corporation, like, you know, events and stuff, but they won't give you a job. And I realized
okay,
not only is it 99% white in my field, but I'm nominated for the same award you're nominated for. Your company
yeah,
has all these like awards in the office. I've got that too. I'm
yeah,
just not in the building yet. So getting work from bigger corporations, yeah, it's harder, but it's inevitable that it will come. You know, I've done a worldwide campaign for Adidas. That didn't come from a company getting it from me. I got that because I built my own relationships, and
yeah,
I understand the value of relationships and doing good work. So it's half and half. I'm still doing my niche stuff. I understand content is very important in today's day and age, and whatever you do, but getting work comes from that for sure. But also, yeah, I haven't struggled too much because I'm quite confident in what I do,
yeah,
and I haven't had to do a call out for work in a very long time. So it's kind of how you want it. If you're
yeah,
not very visible, you might have to start getting in some doors. But if you can get yourself out there
yeah.
online and, you know, you talk about your work, then it can go better for you. Yeah. Does that answer the question? I don't know.
So, yeah. So, would you say an aspiring sound designer or composer should have or should think about putting their processes, in the public sphere, or do you think they should focus on their craft more? Like, what is the one thing you would say they should focus on or do to get work?
To get work as a new sound designer or composer,
Yeah.
you have
Yes.
to do a lot of
Yeah.
outreach, I would say. Work on the relationships, because the people that will get you those jobs are the ones, it's like they're not gatekeepers, but the people that have access to briefs for adverts. If they don't know who you are, you're not going to get the job. So even if you don't have much work yet or clients yet, outreach to people. Hey, my name is so and so. I'm a composer, not aspiring, not this. No, I'm a composer. I'm a sound designer. Would love to work on anything you've got coming. You never know. They might shoot you a brief that day just to see what you have, you know, and you might not get it, but they now know who you are. Next brief, you get it again. So outreach is what you should focus on, but also making yourself visible, kind of the same field. If you've done anything, whether it's a student film, whatever you've done, if you can just speak about your process or what you want to do or what you're trying to achieve and show that, it's going to reach the right people in time. When I see videos of people that show the sound design, like they'll have the film and then underneath it, the sound design, and it goes through the film. I'm like, bro, that's pretty sick, because I'm interested in that. So people that are interested in what you do, you never know who's watching online. You never know who's watching. So it's always important to show your process if you can. So yeah, outreach and show what you can. You don't have to be amazing. I think you have to be amazing at first. No one's perfect. We're all just trying to do our best. I think get good at what you do in time. That will come with time. The more you do, hopefully, the better you get. But staying in your room or being not seen and not outreaching is not going to help you get jobs. And ultimately, you need jobs. So I'd focus on getting yourself out there, whether it's the events, whether it's the talks, comments in the social media, people that are doing what you're doing, DMs, you know. I DM like hell. And no one knows. To get my fashion to work with Valualia, I DM for 3 years. First said 3 years.
Wow.
And it didn't come from nowhere. So yeah, I think outreach and getting yourself out there, because once you're seen, you can start talking.
I tell people this all the time. It's like, people do check their DMs.
Big time.
And if you need to speak to someone, just do it. At the end of the day, if they don't reply, they don't reply. But you need to do it, because, you know, for example, this conversation wouldn't be happening if I didn't shoot you a message. So it's like, it's the little things that you think are so irrelevant that turn into something so big, and relationships and jobs and work, and, you know, I could go on, but.
No, 100%.
Definitely.
It is that. I always say, I did a panel, I think late last year, and I spoke about DMing. People see their DMs. I don't care what you say. You see my DM. It might not be something that I want to respond to now, but DM. And people are like, I'm too shy. I don't give a fuck if you're shy. I don't give a shit.
I don't understand that mentality.
I've said it.
Yeah.
Do you want to win or not?
Yeah.
Like, bro, I don't, because I used to be really shy. I don't subscribe to the whole I'm shy, but I'm a beggar. Bro, I can't understand it. Either you DM, get air, you move on. You DM, you get a response.
That's it.
Could be good, could be bad, whatever. You're not going to die. I'm not going to beat you up for DMing, exactly. So you got to get out of your head. You're not going to get beat up for DMing. Man.
Bro, where do you live?
I'm not going to punch you up for DMing, bro. DM somebody, whatever. Hey, my name's so-and-so. Bro, I try to do my best to respond to everyone I can. I try. And if I can't now, I will. I'll definitely at some point. But don't not do it because, you know, you're shy. No one gives a shit. Somebody else will DM and get what you want because you didn't DM. How about that?
100%.
Get out of your head, man.
So since you've been composing professionally, how has the landscape changed in your eyes?
A lot of.
And where do you see it going?
The landscape in the composing world?
Yeah.
Since I've started composing, how has the landscape changed? One thing I've definitely seen is that a lot more musicians are realizing they can put their work in other places other than Spotify and Apple Music. I understand that if I make a crazy beat right now or a song, this could potentially get put in an advert for Lloyd's or, I don't know, Golf, Volkswagen. But some people are stuck in the mentality of, I can only stream, make TikToks every day and hope my song goes viral. Musicians are clocking, now you can score stuff and there's an actual lane for you to get involved in fashion. Getting your song played at a fashion show is something that gets you involved in fashion. So I've seen that landscape change. People are like, musicians are like, you know what? Let's open our minds and try to put our music in more places than just streaming services. I've definitely seen that. But also that could be financial because making money in music is very difficult as an artist these days, I think. Landscape change. One thing I've noticed is that award shows in the composing world and the ad world, they're trying to get more young and up and coming talent involved in the shows. So, example, do you know about the young arrows? So they are. I think hopefully this year they do it again. Normally, you got to pay like for the British arrow, just like 375, and then VAT, and then you got that's just to enter your work, and then you got to pay for a ticket to go. It's like £500 in total. Young arrows are now doing free entry for anyone who which is very helpful for young creators that want to get their work submitted into stuff. I think I did a bit of talks about it's not feasible for young freelancers or whatever to enter their work into these award shows. It might be amazing work, but we can't afford to pay £700 to enter our work and to sit down at this event. Someone needs to help, you know. So a lot of award shows now in the ad world for composing and stuff are allowing free entries. It's quite a stiff place. I think one thing I've noticed is now because of really good ads that are coming out, like there was PMP, Push and Pull, they do a lot of calisthenics. They did an advert with Nike. Nike and that's a great collaboration, even the Cortez adverts. A lot of companies now are not relying anymore on the old way of just getting this old composer from so-and-so that we've been working with for 10 years. Let's try out the producer that did the beat for Skepta or something. So the culture is being looked at more for the value it brings in terms of creativity, rather than just relying on old methods of washed out composers that no one knows. But, I think I might help that.
Is there any genres musically that you would like to tap into that you haven't tapped into already?
Are there any genres that I haven't tapped into yet in the composing world? I want to do something more orchestral. I love strings. A lot of my work I do for ads, it always ends in a rise of a crescendo of strings. But I haven't got a chance to work with like a string quartet or something yet, and I really want to do that. Although I can't play myself, I can definitely play it on keys and like give a direction of what I want. So,
what instruments do you play? If you don't,
I'm not amazing, but I play electric guitar. That's from my when I was early in Tom Tripp's project. Electric guitar. I'm decent at bass, and I can play keys, but don't ask me to play in front of you. I'll play something for Kanye. But I'm not musically trained. I just I never had money as a kid to like be taught on instruments. But I can play some really good stuff on electric guitar. What about you? You play any instruments?
Again, when I was younger, I dabbled in guitar, but nah, it wasn't for me.
Really?
I'm not good with my hands. Yeah, I realize I'm not good with my hands. I would love to play an instrument, but it's weird.
I actually need to get back into it because these days I need a hobby to do in my house and not just on my phone scrolling. So might get back into guitar, start learning some stuff.
Join the club, man. Join the club.
I mean, it's here.
All right. I've got a couple more stuff.
I've got time.
So if there's somebody out there who is listening to this and they're like, I want to be like you, what would their portfolio look like?
First of all, don't look like me or anybody else. Look like God. What would their portfolio look like? As in, if they were established or what? I'm trying to...
Well, no. So you want to break into XYZ door. You're just starting out. And as with most creative, spaces, you want to showcase what you've done. Now, I understand sometimes opportunities are scarce and you present what you have. But say you are able to make 3 different compositions or some kind of whatever to present to the higher ups, whoever they may be. What would that sound / look like to that composer?
I think what you want to do is have a range of genres, so you don't look like you're just doing one thing. For example, I think if you had 3 projects you could show, even if they're not out yet, just like demo things you've done, I'd have something that works commercially. A very commercial, let's say a 30-second ad you found on YouTube, and you composed a commercial type track for that advert. I'd have something in the commercial world. I'd have something in the trailer world. I don't know if you like for films, like if you can find a little trailer, and because I've done that myself actually, compose something that fits a trailer for like a short film or a film. It helps in the film world. Something that can sound commercial, something for a trailer, and then I want to say fashion, because I work a lot with fashion
Yeah.
brands and sports brands and stuff, and in that world, it's very, very useful. I'd say have something you could do for a fashion reel. So like, again, find a fashion ad on YouTube or whatever, and then compose something over that. If you can
Just
cover
compose to it.
the wide
Yeah.
worlds of fashion, commercial, film and stuff, TV, I would trust you that you could probably, take a brief on. And again, it doesn't have to be something
Yeah.
that's out, just something that you've done at home or whatever. So if you're a composer looking to get involved in the world of ads and film, what you want to be able to show is that you can cover a wide range of things so that supervisors can trust you to work on different briefs. So yeah, for me, I'd say something commercial, something like trailer, and something in fashion, whatever that is to you. Just work on it, and that way I know where your mind's at. I think.
Okay. Awesome.
But you don't have to be you don't have to be super niche. Just whatever you like.
Yeah, because I've spoken to composers before, and I always thought that composers kind of stuck to one thing, and maybe that's how it was back in the day. But I always thought it was like that. I'm good at this sound, or I make trailers only, or I score horror films, or I do this, and yeah, I always
You
thought
can
that.
be
But
if you want. Sorry to cut you off. I know I've been to
yeah,
some the all company gatherings, that companies that do ads and stuff, and there might be someone that does violin.
yeah,
There's a girl that she plays
yeah,
violin, and then they used her for a Burberry advert. That's amazing, but
yeah,
I guess her niche is violin.
yeah,
Some people might be,
yeah,
I don't know their keys, but I think in today's day and age, if you can be multifaceted, it might help you. A client I've had clients come to me and say, "Oh, I've seen your advert for so and so, something similar," or "I've seen your fashion thing, something similar." Because I cover so many things,
yeah,
thank the Lord that I can do that. I'm not stuck down to one thing like an instrument. So, but it doesn't mean it's wrong if you are. If you are on one thing, focus on that and try to use what you're good at for whatever I just said. Like if you know you're good at, I don't know, cello, play something over
yeah,
Lloyd's advert or HSBC. They use strings a lot.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, man. I think
True.
there's two worlds to it. If you're on one thing, focus on that. If you can do more than one, I think it helps. But don't get bogged down. People get bogged down in like getting too into it. Like it's not that deep. Like you just this is another thing I want to say. Like when it's annoying, but for me, before I got into this world, if you said what's a composer, I think of an old white man because I'm thinking of like a
Yeah,
conductor.
I think yeah,
It's in
yeah,
my head.
conductor. Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
oh, what's a composer? I'd be like,
yeah,
oh, like a composer, the guy that does like. No one told me what a composer was, and the thing is, to me, I want the word not to change, but open it up a little bit because I first and foremost am a music producer. I made beats. I
yeah,
made grime beats. Then I made funk, and then I made like electronic music and then alternative, and I sang over it as an artist. But I'm still just making beats.
yeah,
When I get sent a visual for an ad, to me, I'm making a beat over it, but I'm just gonna make it space out so that it fits the visual.
yeah,
So many producers look at
yeah.
themselves as producers. No, you are also a composer. You just if your beat gets if your
Yeah, it's so weird why you split the
it's
two up,
annoying.
because even I think like, yeah, it's so, but you're right. It's like you
You
are
are a
a
composer.
composer.
You've composed a
It's
piece of music. If you make a very sick drill beat
yeah,
and it gets put into a Nike advert or Apple advert, you composed for the advert. Did you not? What's the difference? Sync
yeah,
is different.
yeah, yeah,
Sync is different. Obviously, if I put out a song right now on Spotify and they put it into a McDonald's advert, that's a sync. That's not, I didn't compose for McDonald's, but like if you get a brief for an advert and you make a drill beat to it, you composed. So the definition is what I think
yeah,
keeps people back as well. Especially in I think in the black community, we don't know a lot about, well, I didn't know a lot about this world that I'm in now. And it's not that different to working in the music industry. It's just like, well, they don't let us know. So
yeah,
information is what we need.
yeah, yeah. Do you feel like you have a service to spread the news, or
Yeah. I've had this,
what? Where do you
what
feel?
about like, guys, come, it's over here's,
Yeah. Do you think you have a duty to be like, guys, over here, you can do this, you can do this,
yeah,
just listen and do your thing?
this is actually a mad one because people have got mad at me. It's mad, right? I
Okay.
came to this side out of like wanting to move away from being an artist and try to expand my talent in different fields. And then as I was getting
Yeah.
better and getting more work, I realized that, oh, there's no one around me that looks like me that's willing to help me. I'm
Yeah.
begging for jobs. Like everything I've done, 9 times out of 10, it came from somebody black who gave me opportunity. So I'm not getting a lot of help.
Okay.
It's not very diverse. So then when I'm putting stuff out and people ask me, hey, I want to work with you, I'm like, work with me? How? Like, what? Like, how do you work with me? Like, I can't hire you. I'm still just trying to also just gain some traction in this field. And people get mad, like, oh, I've been asking you for ages to bring me on. I'm like, bring you on how? How am I going to bring you on? All I can do is share information, right? This is a field that you can enter. Supervisors, production companies, email them, DM them, say you want to get into ads. That's what I did. Like, I'm not the golden key to anything, but I'll show you what I'm doing and I'll talk about how I did it. But I don't have the key to say, yo, join me and we can both make it. I'm like, I'll give you the info, try to work on it and get out there as well. So the duty, I think there's definitely, I want to share the message about, yo, this is definitely a field we can work in. And that's actually what I'm doing in the next coming weeks, especially with Blocc. But the duty sometimes falls heavy because it's like, how much can I do? What's that saying about the horse to the water thing? You can bring a horse to the water, but you can't make a drink. Is that what it is?
Yes, I've heard that.
I'm showing people online, yo, I'm here. There's something we can do here. You can come here. Some are listening, but I can't drag you on and like take you up.
But you know what it is? People don't want to put in the work, and they see people doing things, so they think, oh, he's doing well, and that looks easy, so I want to do it too. Hey, bro, can you help me? It's like, that's not how it
not how it works.
It's
but then I feel guilty because like I'll have an hour call with you and tell you how I did it or like who to hit up, but that doesn't mean you're going to get a brief tomorrow from them. Or you have to also be good at what you do. I don't sleep. If you don't know this, my sleep schedule is so mad because I'm always working up till 4 in the morning to provide stuff for clients. Can you work mad deadlines? So but then I want better for my community in this world, and it's getting better. I just trying to pivot between how much I can explain, how much I can actually show you, between you actually putting in the work. Because like I told you, I DM'd for years to get certain things. They didn't just come. Email, air. No one responded to me for time. I had to show that I'm doing something to get a bit of recognition, to get more jobs. So yeah, man, I feel like I want to let people know, and I am, but it is hard. It feels difficult sometimes to know how much you can help people, but I'm trying, man. That's all I can do.
That's what you can do, and you're doing a lot. So, you know, give yourself a pat on the back, give yourself your flowers while you can, you know. Like, I always feel like people, all of us, we undervalue what we're doing. Like, we always think that what we're doing isn't enough, but it's like, no, we're doing a lot. We're paying bills, we're living, you know, we're smiling, and the most important thing is we have time.
Hey, that's a big one.
Time is the most valuable thing that since I've been in this world. Like, when you leave that 9 to 5 world and you actually can work when you want to work, within reason, obviously, like you said, you work until 4 a.m. sometimes, but that's not every day, you know. That's if you want to and if you choose to or whatever. But the time element of it, it's like, when you have that, it's so valuable, because you can use that time to do other things or just do nothing at all. It's up to
you. Literally, I think the key word there is time. You don't have to rush. You don't have to rush. I feel like with social media and the world we live in, we see others doing stuff and we want to do the same thing, and I want to do what he's doing, what she's doing. You start rushing and then you get upset because you can't do it. Relax. Get started. You know, get your workout, get better at what you do, reach out with time and with God, you know, with time it will come what you want if you're good at what you do. Because
that's the main
not
thing.
everyone is good. This example, like, I actually interviewed some composers to work with me recently, and not everyone's at a standard that I would like to work with me. If I give you a brief that's due tomorrow, you might not be good for this. So take time and get better and understand that, you know, time is on your side. God willing, you're healthy and stuff, but don't ever rush the process because it will show in your work. I've been there. I've rushed some work. And I'm like, if you had one more night on that, one more day, you could have, you know. But yeah, timing is very important. Very important.
Amen. All right, I've got some quick fire questions before we finish up today. Just having some fun with it.
Yeah, man.
And give me your best answer.
Yeah.
All right. What is the first song that you remember hearing?
Wow. The first song I remember hearing.
Yeah, that you were like, and you remember it, like you remember that feeling you got. It could have been when you were like 5, 6, whatever, but like that one song that you're like, oh, I like this.
Oh, I know it's in my head right now, but it's so random. It might not be the first one, but you know,
go on.
No, there was a Nelly song. It was part of some Stomp the Yard. It was a part of some like Stomp the Yard rugby film. No, you know, no.
Okay.
No. Justin Timberlake, Love Stoned, the outro of Love Stoned / Think That She Knows. You know, those flashing lights come from everywhere. I think that she knows. I think that she knows.
That
The one
song, or
after,
is there another?
on YouTube.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Justin's in some white room in a white suit, and he's like, those flashing lights come from everywhere. And the guitar, oh my Lord, that song is the day I said, I must make music. This song is so beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't know what Timbaland did back then. After this, go watch it.
Yeah.
After that, Love, it's called Thing That She Knows. Bruh, I'll play it right now. It's a beautiful piece of music where he's in a room and all you hear is some guitar and some strings and some drums, and it's so emotional. I said, this is top tier song I've ever experienced as a young person, and that song to this day I still reference as like, when I first heard this song, I felt so mad. Like, what is that? How did they evoke this emotion in me through music? Yeah. So that song is called
that's
Timberlake, Love Stones, That Thing That She Knows. Yeah, fuck, man.
Go check that out, people. All right, analog or digital?
Oh, digital.
Oh,
I'm not them guys that's like, I have to go get the keyboard. I'll do it online, bro. I'll get the plugin. I'm not for. I love analog stuff, but don't forget, I wasn't raised with money. Many people have money where they can just go and buy the cord, where they can go and buy this, that. Daft Punk, amazing. I can't afford that, bro. Yeah. I'm going to buy the plugin version and emulate what I can and do what I can with it. So digital, how about that?
Fair. Headphones or speakers?
Speakers.
Silence or noise?
I can't silence. I don't like it. Noise all the time.
Have you been in a room where there's utter silence before?
Torture.
Like one of those, I went in a booth once and they overdid it with the soundproofing in there. It was just so weird. Like I couldn't even hear myself.
You'll hear your heart beating.
It was torture. Yeah. I'm thinking about that now.
Freak you out.
Okay. What song or sound represents your personality?
What song or sound represents my personality? As in my own song.
It could be your own song, could be someone else's song, could be Nelly's song, could be Justin Timberlake.
My personality?
Yeah. That's
a very good question. What song my personality is? Obviously something, I got mad ADHD. It's something crazy. Oh, nah. We're going to say Travis Scott, Quintana. Because it's so in, do you know that song? Straight from Mexico.
I don't. Do you know what? I don't really listen to, do I know this song?
It's absolute mayhem. The mix is disgusting, but it does. Let's just say for now, Travis Scott, Quintana. My personality, because I'm a buzzy all the time, but then I can be calm as well. Yeah, let's say Travis Scott, Quintana.
Okay.
For now, or something by Kanye.
Okay. What song makes you cry?
Oh, this is mad because Bed Shaped by Keen. It's.
Bruv, you are throwing out. I don't.
Neither do I.
Never did.
But I know the video is just like it's this little creature walking around an old town like Emmerdale or something, and he's by himself and no one likes him.
Yeah.
And he's getting like pushed over and shit. Everyone's laughing at him, and the song is so sad.
Yeah.
Like even now, I can imagine, bro. Keen Bed Shaped is so sad. Yeah.
Yeah. Those songs that just make your hair stand up on your neck, and I really would like to understand the science behind that. It's
how do they do it? That
how? Like
there's another one by Moses Sumney. It's the one at the end of, is it Queen and Slim? If you've seen it.
No, bruv. I seem like I don't watch listen to anything. Right now, I need to go and listen to and watch all of this stuff because I need references. So I need to go.
Doomed. Oh, mate.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah. Moses Sumney, Doomed.
Well, Tom, thank you for your time. Honestly, it's been a pleasure to first and foremost finally chat to you and just hear your story and your journey. And I wish you the best of luck in the future, and I hope all your dreams
No,
are
I
fulfilled.
appreciate you having me on board again. Sorry for taking so long to make this happen, but really appreciate the convo. Thank you so much, and all the best with the podcast or the vlogcast. I guess this is, man. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
I hopefully everyone had a great listen today. As always, comment, share, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, bye-bye.